LibGyro is kind of my vision for abstracting our software from our targeted hardware. It's the reason why we can develop the Elysian Shadows engine for the Dreamcast or PSP without actually caring how things are implemented or handled on each specific piece of hardware.
So, last time, you got to see Falco talk a bunch of about how he's going to get the engine running on the Dreamcast, the PSP, and the PC.
And so now the goal is that you can create an application completely independent of whatever platform you're trying to compile it for.
Well, let's see if he delivers. So, we're all gathered here at Studio Vorbis for what will hopefully be a very epic dev session. Falco, what are you up to over here?
Alright, so as you should know already, we have LibGyro running on the PC. It's powering the PC build of the engine.
Right.
And hopefully today I'm going to start working on the other two builds. So right now I'm about to implement the LibGyro framework on Dreamcast.
Okay.
And if you step out of my grill, I'll get started.
Alright, well, I'll check back in later, see how it goes. How long do you think it'll take?
A while. A long time.
So it's been like 2 hours or something. Don't mind if I do. And I'm about to check on the status of the Dreamcast implementation of LibGyro. Hey everyone. I want to see what you have so far. How's it going implementing the Dreamcast build of LibGyro?
Pretty well. I'm working on the video subsystem, doing implementing the texture interface now, so that when we allocate textures, it'll allocate VRAM.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Cool. So, show me.
You want me to actually run it?
Yeah.
With all the
Show me whatever
textures
you
and the
have.
engines that's allocated and aren't actually working right now? Okay. Alright, so here's the Dreamcast. I'm going to send the latest build to it.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Let's see.
What the
What? Looks like one of those like weather alert things, when they go.
And that is how you ask the frame buffer.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need a little more work.
I think pretty's relative. What?
So basically, LibGyro is a group of abstract classes that's broken into separate APIs or subsystems. I'm currently implementing the Dreamcast version now, and this will be compiled to a statically linked library, and then Lua and Lua++ will also be ported to Dreamcast as their own statically linked libraries. And then when this is done, I'm going to compile the engine and link against LibGyro Dreamcast, and magically, the engine will be working on Dreamcast.
Deep down inside, Falco thinks that if Elysian Shadows does well enough, he can single-handedly resurrect the Dreamcast. Obviously, I'm being productive. Okay, maybe not really. But, however, supposedly Falco got the Dreamcast implementation of LibGyro running. Let's take a look. How's it going over here?
Good.
Whoa!
So
Holy
check it
crap.
out.
Check it.
Whoa, that's running on Dreamcast?
Yep, Elysian Shadows is officially Got a Dreamcast build.
Back to its roots.
Check this out.
It was originally
Yeah,
for...
so as you can see, we have uniform zoom, scale rotations, the entire camera system.
Right.
I mean, pretty much every single thing in the PC build is working on the Dreamcast build.
Dang.
And it's 60 frames per second. As you can see here, this is Peter's little dip Lewis script, running perfectly
Screwing
fine
up
on a
on
Dreamcast, so that's how you know I didn't cheat and not port the Lua libraries.
Cool.
Here's a little bit of rigid body stuff, not much at all. Adventure log, it's all there.
Right there. Do the... Wow. It's rotating.
So now that you have the Dreamcast build done, what are you going to be working on next?
I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to start working on the PSP framework for LibGyro. I've been developing for the Dreamcast since I was really young. My first Dreamcast program I wrote when I was 14, and the PSP I've rendered a sprite on it once, and I did a Hello World, so it'll be an adventure for all of us, really, because this is kind of alien hardware to me, and it's a whole new world for me, but we'll see what I can do.
Well, we decided that the PSP would be another ideal platform to develop for because it's got a pretty big homebrew following, it's handheld, and its specs are pretty close to those of the Dreamcast anyway.
Yeah, don't listen to her. The PSP is just us trying to appeal to the 12-year-old pubescent audience.
Well, we left Falco alone in here for a while to work on the PSP build, and you have a status update for us?
Plus. Seriously, you don't want to know.
I do want to know. Tell me.
Yeah, I don't think you do. Okay.
I want to know.
So I pretty much have the actual framework done, but I swear to God, we have no idea what the hell this is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look, like you can see the engine. Those are both the engine. You can see the adventure
There's no
log.
blue.
Yeah.
I mean, is there no blue or
Yeah,
no
there's
green?
no blue, and there's like 2 screens. I have absolutely no idea what is causing this bull. Seriously, I've been working on this for hours and hours, and I can't figure it out. I don't know. Seriously, PSP development's a too. Alrighty, everybody. It's like 4 in the morning. I'm still working on the PSP build. Peter pussied out on me. Kendall decided to go to bed and not wait for me, and now it looks like Marcel fell asleep too. I still have absolutely no earthly idea what the hell is wrong with the PSP. As you can see, it's still completely screwed. Still working on the code here. But I'm serious, I will not sleep until Elysian Shadows is running on the PSP.
So, here we have the Elysian Shadows engine running on Dreamcast, PSP, and PC.
You saved the most dramatic one for last, didn't you?
Of course. So a lot of people said it couldn't be done, me included. But I guess you showed me, huh?
But yeah, they're all running the same framework, which is completely abstracted away from the engine. So any further development on the engine from Kendall or even Peter through Lua scripting, everything will work on these platforms, and they won't even care how the hardware, how any of that underlying stuff is implemented.
That's awesome. So like, I could use your framework, make my entirely own separate video game, right? And it should, I should be able to run it on all 3 consoles like that.
Right. Definitely.
That's badass. I guess that makes you the man of the hour.
It happens.
Really, the only thing we have to worry about with LibGyro is hardware constraints, but, I mean, that does mean that we have to worry about people like Peter not using over 4 megabytes of video RAM on the PSP or 16 megabytes of RAM on the Dreamcast.
So, am I the only one who's still waiting for Elysian Shadows on the VMU and the Sega 32X?